Hello, how are you? Dr. Erickson, EHS Physical Therapy Chiropractic, along with.
Yeah, Dr. Jake Anderson with Essential Motion.
So we often get a question about, will this pain that I have ever go away? Will I ever be back to 100% normal? That's a very good question. It's a valid question. It's a valid concern, right? So you're wondering, will I ever get my life back to the point where I have this, let's just say, neck and arm pain? Will it ever go away? Will I ever heal? And what's a good, way to describe that, or at least to explain the process? Now, there is a healing process, and there is a natural kind of up and down process with this. But what's in general do we see the most of in this?
Yeah, so it's a common fear that people have, like when they don't. People don't fully understand the injury that they're up against, and there's a lot of fear associated with. I don't want that pain going down my arm. Or,
it's a debilitating pain.
Yeah, it's neck pain. Like I can't pick up my kid or whatever it is. Like people get frustrated by having pain and the limitations that it causes, and they do have the fear of, will this ever go away? And the reality is, likely we can make very positive changes. Like you can definitely become more functional or even become pain-free, but just understand, like during the healing process, you'll probably start out having pain more frequently in the beginning, and then as we start to space out a little bit, you might have some ups and downs, almost like the stock market. Like you'll make some good progress, and then all of a sudden, you have a couple days where you hurt again.
Some more good progress. Days and bad days.
Yeah,
and we've had a couple of videos on that process, on that good and bad day, and staying consistent with your activity, because it's just natural to have good days and bad days, and a lot of times it's nothing to do or nothing based on what you did, like either right or wrong. It just happens.
Yeah. So if you've had back pain, if you've had neck pain before, the chances of you having it again are like pretty much almost 100%. You're going to have pain again at some point in your life. Our goal is to not only help you get you through that acute phase where you're really in pain and you really need some help, and get you out of that to a point where you can self-manage or at least better understand your body, and kind of pick up on clues like, okay, maybe I need to back off on this today because that's going to aggravate it, and then I can hit it again tomorrow.
Start to feel a little bit of stiffness and that kind of thing. But what Jake is saying is the biggest predictor of future, like either neck, arm symptom or low back, leg symptom, is having it in the past. So once you've had it in the past, it's very likely, like I said, almost 100%, at that sometime in the future, it will come back again. Nothing that you probably did wrong or on purpose, but once you realize and understand how that works, the next time it happens, you'll be better prepared, right? I mean, you'll have tools and knowledge for what to do in the early stages, and that could probably save it from getting to where it was really bad like before.
Which is the ultimate goal. Yeah.
And then what we really like to be able to do and help you do is maximize and increase the number of weeks and months and even years between those, where I'm like, hey, I was really good for a long time, and then just all of a sudden I got that back again. But I know what to do now. I go right back, regress right back to the beginning stages of what I learned, years ago, and just stay with those. And we can always, help you again if we needed to, but it does happen.
Yeah, and understand that if you're going through this journey, it can be frustrating, right? In the beginning, you had pain, you felt like you made progress, and then you're hurting again. You're like, man, I'm just not getting better.
Yep.
But remember, you got to zoom out and look at all the way back at where you first started. You're still better than where you were. You might have some pain that day, but overall, you're better. So you're still making progress. It's not like a linear progression. It's going to be up and down, up and down, up and down. But you're still progressing and ultimately better. So don't let those days where it gets achy and painful or you just get a little stiff deter you from continuing on with your rehab and continuing on with strength training and staying active, and take the information that you gather from your rehab process and better understand your body and clue in on how you're feeling, engage how am I moving today, and how different movements and positions and workouts or activities are affecting you, so you can make better decisions on how to go about going after those activities.
I think non-linear is the best way to describe that. It does not heal in a nice steady fashion where day 14 is better than day 1, day 21 is better than 14. Like it could be up and down for a little while, but when you really back out in the macro view, like Jake said, hey, I'm able to do more things. I can stand and walk longer. I can sit longer. I can, there's still pain up and down, but I'm better than I was, 3 months ago, that kind of thing. The other part is that we firmly believe that, the knowledge, knowing that the chance that it comes back is pretty high, right? So then we have a choice. I would rather be as active and as fit and as physically strong as possible to reduce the chance that it comes back, to minimize that chance, rather than live in a sense of like fear and like, well, it's going to come back anyway, so I don't want to do anything that might make it worse. The chance that it comes back then would, I believe, is a higher chance that it comes back. And then by not having your tissues, loaded and accustomed and used to those different loads,
More
then when
tolerable,
you do
yeah.
try something, it's much more likely to come back and actually you could have it for longer the next time, as opposed to shorter the next time by being, in more fit and in better shape.
Yeah. And producing some pain while you're doing some strength training is completely okay. It doesn't necessarily mean you're
normal.
hurting anything or making anything worse. Like, that's okay to produce some pain as you're building that body's tolerance. You want to, if this is your tolerance level now, you want to continue training so you can get higher and higher and higher, so you're just more resilient and less likely, less injury prone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a basic or a round synopsis of the question, of trying to hopefully answer the question for you of,
Yeah.
will this ever go away? Will that ever be normal? Yes, for the most part, this will go away, but knowing that caveat would be, it's likely that it comes back at some point.
Yeah.
And you didn't do anything wrong. It's just part of the process.
Nothing to be scared of. You just adapt and overcome. Yeah. All right. We'll catch you on the next one.